China's Shenzhou 11 rocket is scheduled for launch on Sunday. A successful mission will mark a new era for China's human space flight program. Meanwhile, U.S. President Barack Obama is doubling down on plans for his country to be the first to send people to Mars. CCTV's Jim Spellman has more on this announcement. Jim.
The U.S. space program has been in a state of flux. You may remember the last space shuttle program was back in 2011. Since then, there's been a lot of uncertainty about where the U.S. space program is headed. President Obama is now making it clear that the future of U.S. space travel will be at least partly in the hands of private companies.
Early in his presidency, Barack Obama set a course for Mars.
By the mid-2030s, I believe we can send humans to orbit Mars and return them safely to Earth. And a landing on Mars will follow. And I expect to be around to see it.
And now, in an article published on CNN.com, Obama says the U.S. will partner with private industry in the journey to the Red Planet. Getting to Mars will require continued cooperation between government and private innovators, and we're already well on our way. Within the next 2 years, private companies will, for the first time, send astronauts to the International Space Station. NASA hopes the private companies will be able to advance their technologies by using resources previously only available to state-run space agencies. 6 private companies have also been chosen by NASA to create prototype long-term space habitats for exploration of Mars. As the U.S. shifts to private-public space partnerships, several companies have their own Mars missions in the works. SpaceX aims to launch a manned mission to Mars in 2024.
I think a future where we are a spacefaring civilization and out there among the stars is infinitely more exciting and inspiring than one where we are not.
Dutch firm Mars One hopes to have an outpost on Mars by 2025, speeding up the process by planning one-way missions.
Well, I think when you hear at first that we're sending humans to Mars in 10 years, it sounds like an impossible timescale. But when you realize that we don't have the return mission to take care of and we need only existing technology, then you can realize that it's possible.
The new U.S. initiatives extend private-public space partnerships to new levels, but NASA has always worked with private companies.
The only difference is that we now have entrepreneurs. We have new space companies coming in.
There are more than 1,000 U.S. companies currently involved in commercial space initiatives, Elaine.
So China, the United States, it seems like everybody is planning a mission to Mars. How close are we to this being a reality?
So it's not easy by any means. There are major challenges for anyone attempting to get to Mars, and especially to come back again. The journey would likely take about 2.5 years to get there and back. Scientists will need to figure out how to land on the Red Planet while having enough fuel to escape the atmosphere and gravitational pull of Mars, and then make the long journey back to Earth. The U.S. hopes to solve at least some of these problems by leveraging innovation coming out of the private sector. Collaboration really has become the name of the game in space travel, be it international collaboration amongst different countries, or in the case of what the model the U.S. is developing with private industry as well.
2.5 hours. All right, Jim Spellman, thank you.
2.5 years.
2.5 years, that's right.